Hello there, welcome back to the channel. My name is Christian. I apologise I haven't been uploading as much videos recently, but today I have an absolutely fantastic record that I got recently on my birthday. And that's the new record by the Memphis Recording Service, and it's simply called Elvis on Tour 1974 in Amarillo, Texas. Okay, and so this was the 19th of June 1974. I believe this was the evening show. Oh no, there was no evening show, it was only the one show. My apologies. But they released this because originally I thought the Memphis Recording Service was only remastering and remixing the most notable and sort of like just memorable sort of concerts of 1974 and onwards. And I was really surprised, not only just by this release, but because I thought they were going back onto 1975, but I was wrong. But this is quite a standard show for 1974. I believe this was the only show he did in Amarillo, Texas. I may be wrong, please tell me otherwise. And the first time, I believe. And I think the only time, or only two times, he wore his peacock jumpsuit. But just to give you a little brief down, this is the front cover. I absolutely love this. Obviously, when he's singing Suspicious Minds, he gets down on the karate pose he does. And I do love the design here. At the front, it's got that peacock kind of sort of design. And that's just a beautiful picture. And to be honest, you couldn't get any better than this as the front cover. I think this is fantastic. This is the back. Now, to be honest, I'm not a fan of the back picture, because I like the design, obviously, the peacock, but I'm just not a fan of it. I just think it's a bit bland, you know what I mean? But inside here, you get a lovely couple of pages of it there. So this is what it looks like on the inside of this first. See, I wouldn't have minded this photo right here as the back page, or, for example, on this other page here, because obviously this picture here was on the 1974 Mid-South Coliseum, the original, I think on the CD, they, when they released on Sony, I remember if they did a deluxe 2 CD special, actually, I have it right here, actually, they used this photo, which I just realised, inside here, yeah, they use it as the photo in here. You can see very closely, if you can, that he is wearing that peacock suit. You can see the pattern on the legs just down there. It's the exact same. I thought that photo was from the concert of of that specific show on here, but obviously not. That's a little detail. But I wouldn't have minded that, actually, as the back picture. A bit of life, you know. Or just like a kind of like a portrait version of the ticket going down. I would have loved, but unfortunately that didn't happen. But I think in FTD they released the CD called Rocking Around Texas, of which I think there's 2 concerts. This is in about 2004, 2003, where they released that CD. And I've listened to that one and this one, and you can see there is quite a little bit of a difference in terms of the sound of Elvis compared to the orchestra, and the orchestra compared to Elvis, which is, you know, a big difference in sound mixing, you know. Yeah, whatever. I got a clear vinyl. Might as well just get out. I don't really see bothering getting out because it's just a vinyl. I think everyone knows what a record is. But for people who don't know, I've got a clear one, as you can see. And look at that pattern on it. It's absolutely fantastic, this pattern. That's side B, that's side A. And look at that. Fantastic. Beautiful. Beautiful. So there isn't really much, apart from the FTD CD, there isn't much material of that show than maybe, for example, or notoriety, you know. There's nothing much really significant, like, for example, in the LA concert MRS did in February last year, or something like that. Just leave it like that. MRS, they, in that concert they released on the vinyl, Led Zeppelin was there and stuff, and obviously the opening night in '74, that was a whole new set list, quite notoriety, you know, pretty, you know, memorable. But this is just pretty much a simple concert, which I'm fine with, to be honest. And it is a great concert. I listened to it. It's very, very, just standard, really. I think he did do a lovely job of I Can't Stop Loving You, American Trilogy. Let Me Be There, absolutely fantastic. Fantastic. Unfortunately, the Can't Help Falling in Love is incomplete. It goes off at 35 seconds. It seems like a bit longer, but anyway. But we'll go through the track listing right now, okay? So side A, CC Rider, no 2001 Space Odyssey, sadly, but oh well. And then I Got a Woman, Amen, Elvis Talks, Love Me, Trying to Get to You, All Shook Up. Side B, Love Me Tender, Hound Dog, Fever, Pork Salad Alley, Why Me Lord, and Suspicious Mind. Side C, Band Introductions, Can't Stop Loving You, Help Me, and American Trilogy. Side D, Let Me Be There, Heartbreak Hotel, Elvis Talks, Funny How Time Slips Away, Big Boss Bad, and Can't Help Falling in Love. And what a fantastic, I mean, it is a fantastic record. I don't see why they wanted to release it, because it's not really that important, but it's a great show, as I said. Yeah, there's nothing really else to say, because there isn't really much sort of information about the concert. If there is, please let me know, send me a link or something. My email is elvisunboxingsandreviews@gmail.com if you want anything, you know, any information or any websites that contain information, just send it to me there. But yeah, nothing really else to say except this wonderful album, wonderful pictures and covers, and it's just a really standard but great show and really strong. I don't think they have announced what their new project is in MRS, but hopefully it's going to be opening night 75. I think they start with opening night, I assume so. But I mean, yeah, but I hope you enjoyed the video, and please subscribe and like, and drop me a comment. What do you want to see next? I did get quite recently, actually, the 3LP from Memphis Recording Service, because I'm trying to do the backlog of all the things, because I missed a few. And when I you know, got into this sort of record sort of collecting, I started off with at the start of 74 with if you remember not Las Vegas, the LA performance and all that, and I went on from there. But I got this lovely about 3LP from MRS, the rehearsals of 1970. In fact, I've got it right here, because I've got my lovely sort of record box here, right next to me there, and it's an absolutely lovely 3LP. So I'll do that soon. Probably the next video will probably be this. And it's a lovely vinyl, 3 vinyls. But I've got a few unfortunate little tidbits about it, really. Might as well say, while I'm on here, I did see that epic movie when it released on the 27th of, must be February now, so it was probably a month or so ago. Absolutely fantastic film by Baz Luhrmann. The only thing I thought was really jumpy, in terms of, you know, for example, on, what do you call it? Runaway, for example, because that's not something we've ever seen of Elvis literally singing it, you know, on tape, on video, if he was singing it. I don't know, they may have run out of tape at that time or recording or whatever, but if they hadn't, that would have been lovely to see the whole song, as well as Bridge Over Troubled Water. We might have already seen it, but I would like to see it in that lovely edited thing that he did, as well as How Great Thou Art. I wish they did the whole thing. I loved that gospel section, but I would have loved to see that song in its full entirety, if you know what I mean. That whole sort of performance. And I absolutely loved seeing, because we never saw in Elvis on Tour, that movie, of Elvis in his red pinwheel sort of jumpsuit. I thought it was great seeing, I think he was doing Suspicious Mind on there or something like that. It was absolutely fantastic. I would like to see more of him in the green pinwheel suit, because I'd never seen that before. But other than that, of it being a bit too jumpy between songs and stuff, I thought it was a very, very strong song. And just reminded me how much I love the 1970 performances, and that's the way it is. And hopefully on Discogs website, I did see, because there was MRS did right at the start of 1970 sort of section, Elvis in person, the vinyl. So I saw that for £45. So I think I'm going to get it. And it's the cheapest one I can get, really, £5 postage. So I think I'm going to do that. And then I think other than that, the only ones I'm really missing from the MRS sort of thing is the Summer Festival 1972. I have that on CD, but I would like that on vinyl, to be honest. And the From Elvis in Memphis, the Memphis Coliseum show, which was his first performance in Memphis of 1974. So I'd really like to listen to that, even though it might be quite a standard show, but I still would like to listen to it. In fact, it's pretty similar to this concert here. So if you like this one, make sure to check out the one in the Memphis. And finally, I'm not too worried about it, really, because I don't really like rehearsals, except that one I got, which I thought was absolutely great. But he did a final rehearsals, like when he was performing, when he saw an Epic, Oh Happy Day. I don't think that's on the vinyl, but it's the same setting, same place, same time, and doing a few rehearsals just before his show. So I'd very much like to see that. If I come across it at a good price, I'll get it, but I'm not too worried about it. But so there's only, I think, 3 really left until I can just continue the collection and finish it. And then at the end, where I'm all up to date on 69 to 77 of the records of MRS and other sort of labels and stuff, because I'm collecting a whole live collection, because I absolutely love his live concerts. I'm going to do a complete haul, a complete review, maybe an hour or two, going through each individual concert. This is going to end after the last one of MRS. When they do 77, I'm going to go all across them and review each individual concert. And yeah, I'm quite excited about that. FTD did announce a new CD called The Last Concerts, which was the last concert, 30th of December and 26th of December 1976, as well as obviously June 26th. Was it June 26th? Yes, June 26th at Indianapolis, I believe. Which hopefully I should get and have a little review on it. As well as, I think, a label has released sort of also, I think, my friend Adrian Cross there, who does the YouTube, go and check him out, because he's really, really good. He got me into this, so I'm very happy. He did a little review on Elvis, what was it called? Elvis, I think it was his last concert. It was kind of like a box set with the full show and some posters and stuff, I think. Hopefully I should get that. It's quite expensive, £100. As well as also the last Tahoe show he did in May, I'd like to say May 26th, May 9th, 1976, at Lake Tahoe, which is his longest show of 2 hours, and going through a really nice array of songs at £79 on the Elvis Shop London. So make sure to get, I definitely will get that. It's a 3 LP and get coloured. I think I might get coloured, to be honest, jazz it up a bit in my collection. Make sure to do a review on that, and also on that last concert type of sort of thing. Another label did Elvis in concert, like, you know, the last concert, whatever, including posters, the last show, obviously, and just a lovely sort of background and stuff. So that's what's coming up, and hopefully soon Embrace will announce their new project, hopefully in 1975, my favourite, absolute favourite year of Elvis, just in front